Bill Clinton laments Kamala Harris had impossible job as only person who could legally use campaign funds. Clinton said Americans didn't know enough about Kamala Harris. Former President Bill Clinton lamented on Monday that Vice President Kamala Harris had an impossible job as the only person who could legally access President Biden's campaign money after the president dropped out with just 3 months until Election Day. Vice President Harris had an almost impossible job because she became a candidate at a time when no one else could legally access the money that had already been given to Joe Biden, and there was no time to have primaries. So she was, in effect, a stranger to people, Clinton told MSNBC. MSNBC host Joe Scarborough sat down with Clinton for an interview that aired on Morning Joe on Monday. The people knew what they liked about Trump and what they didn't, and about 54% of them would have happily voted for somebody else. But people didn't feel they knew about Harris, Clinton added. Clinton argued that Democrats needed to talk to one another more and stop playing demographic games. The Harris campaign sent Clinton on the campaign trail in October to court rural voters. The former president also recently spoke out about President Biden's decision to pardon his son, Hunter. He specifically addressed those who were comparing it to his pardon of his half-brother. I think that the president did have reason to believe that the nature of the offenses involved were likely to produce far stronger adverse consequences for his son than they would for any normal person under the same circumstances, Clinton said during an interview at the New York Times Dealbook Summit. My brother did 14 months in federal prison for something he did when he was 20, and I supported it, and he testified, told the truth about what he'd done when he had a drug problem and helped to bring down a larger enterprise. And they sentenced him, and then he served 14 months, and then he got out. The real question was, would he ever be able to vote again? Would he ever be able to have normal citizenship responsibilities? Clinton said. Clinton attributed Trump's victory during the MSNBC interview to voters believing that the president-elect was economically successful before COVID-19 hit.